So if we look at the word cloud, then we can see that it's quite an emotive term, anti-racism, and it does bring up for us all kinds of feelings around our own and what we're witnessing around us. So and also the range of words. So we've got from anger, guilt, and sadness to forgiveness and empathy and humanity and courage and concern. And so the spectrum, I think part of what we struggle to contain around conversations around anti-racism is the awareness that there's the spectrum of emotion that's sitting the people that are usually in the conversation. So I think it's an important part whenever we're navigating these conversations to acknowledge this spectrum of emotion and that it's all valid. To acknowledge that it's all valid, that it's all true, that it's all real. And I think when we can do that, then we leave people with a space of being affirmed around whatever they for them, so that we can move forward in the conversation. So I really want to appreciate and thank you for being vulnerable with us to share your emotions around this word. I've come across that some people find the word anti-racism paradoxical or ironic, because if we are wanting to look at our shared humanity, wanting to engage our shared humanity, then often people feel that the word racism and anti-racism, those words themselves are divisive. So I think that's maybe a segue for us to move into the next part of the conversation. So thank you. I'm going to stop sharing the screen again. And now I'm going to go into the model that I'd like us to work through for the next phase of this conversation. And that is a reflective writing exercise. And the model that I use for this, I've called HUMAN. So it's an acronym that I'm going to unpack with you. And it's called HUMAN precisely to invite us to find that commonality. When we acknowledge the diversity, when we acknowledge the difference, then there's also a need for us to step into something shared, and that is our humanness. And so I'd like us to start that, but just inviting you to drop into the heart space. And I'm going to ask you to do that by just becoming aware of your breathing and putting your heart on your chest as you literally tune in to the rhythm of our humanity. So I'd like you to just take a couple of minutes and let's just breathe together before we go into the writing exercise. And so as we settle into the heart space, I want you to consider that the H of this acronym HUMAN is heart-centered. And that's an invitation for this conversation to be a heart-centered conversation. And so the first question that I have for you in the reflective writing is on the matter of diversity, inclusion, and racism. What weighs on your heart?